Yo, what's up, Rumblers? Welcome back to the Aftershock. My name's Gary, but you probably know me as the Tan Man. It's a big week. We got Season 2. Blizzard has promised us a new unit, new emotes, and bug fixes and optimization. Now, they delivered on two of those things. While at the time of this video, we still have the unresponsive continue button and the 10-minute lockout dungeon bug. Probably the two most annoying bugs out there. We still got them. Whatever they meant by bugs and optimization, I haven't personally seen any improvement in that regard. Speaking of optimization, I want to just touch on the topic of quests. If you haven't noticed, as soon as you start beating quests, they get harder. They get harder to the point where you have to lose to actually make them easier and beatable. Why did they do this? Well, if they wanted to give us a challenge, they certainly did so. But there's nothing in it for us as a player, right? Like, the quests get harder, but the rewards don't get better, you know? Like, if they increase the experience amount that you get as the quests were getting harder, it would make sense. But they just get harder for no apparent reason, to the point where, yes, you have to lose. So is it like a challenge? Yes. Is it fun? No. So Blizzard, please reconsider what you're doing with the quests. Like, they should technically, realistically, be capped at like your average army level, maybe like rounded up. So as you're well aware, we're just starting season 2, and you know, since the global launch, we haven't really heard any news concerning Warcraft Rumble. So as soon as we get this little piece of juicy information, you know, we're all of us Rumble heads were on top of it. And season 2 gave us a few new things. First of all, as you know, the Chimera. It's a beast unit. It's 5 gold. This is interesting because if you look at the unit information, each head has its own DPS. They're equal DPS, but one attacks slightly faster. These two heads can target two separate things individually. It's quite expensive in terms of like the beast family, but since it is 5 gold, it may play a role in a Charlga deck with her talent. So that's something that may be interesting to look into. As far as talents, we got Corrosive Breath, Poison Spit inflicts twice as much poison. We got Frost Shock, Lightning Ball applies frost on hit, and Leviathan gain 10% additional health per deploy. Very much like Hogger. In fact, actually, well, this particular talent is the one I picked up. Did I screw myself over? Who knows? We'll see in a few weeks. Because the Chimera is primarily an AoE damage dealer. Like, don't get me wrong, 2 heads, you would think it does great, you know, single target damage. It really doesn't. And so something like the Corrosive Breath to me, inflicting twice as much poison, it's kind of lackluster. And while the Frost Shock does have some utility, I thought myself personally the Leviathan talent, getting 10% more health on each deploy, would make the most impact in the long run. You know, getting more survivability, being able to survive, you know, some spells, maybe even a safe pilot, for instance. We got a new PvP map. It's the Arathi Basin. Now, from the first sort of observation of this map, I've played in a couple of rounds with it. One of the minis that is going to be pretty useful in this season, I feel like, is the Dark Iron Dwarf. The 2 gold nodes in the beginning, like right at the beginning of the match, they're really close together, and putting a Dark Iron Dwarf right in the middle there, even with its proximity mines, is like a great opener. Getting a Dark Iron Dwarf out there that early to farm those 2 nodes basically makes the Dark Iron Dwarf free. But being able to just shoot that Dark Iron Dwarf in there in the middle of the match and just pick up all that gold could prove to be a great momentum swing. We got a gold node right next to one of your towers. Very convenient. Let's just say if you ever lose that tower, you're pretty much screwed. Unbound units this season, very much different from Arturak Valley, where you had openings on either side of your base to deploy like a safe pilot or a Quillbore to distract. From what I've seen, the red zone around your base in this particular map wraps around the entire end. So as far as trying to backdoor sneak some unbound units from either side of it, it's not gonna happen. There are no chests in this map, so minis like the Defias Bandits might see less play for sure, definitely. A new map is refreshing, but seeing the same map for the, you know, the full 6-week duration of a season could be kind of stale. I hope they make the rotation faster or even randomize it, to be honest. So we got 2 emotes. We got Iced Out Jaina, which I believe is going to be on the PvP ladder. And we got ourselves a Maiev emote. I'm assuming there's a reference to the Simpsons Homer meme where he just disappears into the bushes. This particular emote is available in the guild war chest in place of the Arclight energy. Where it's nice that we have an emote that's not on the ladder be available to like casual players. In the long run, I feel like if this is a regular thing where they put emotes into chests instead of Arclight energy, we're going to be missing Arclight energy. I know a lot of players are in an abundance of Arclight energy, but once you start upgrading all of your minis to rare or even epic rarity, that might not be the case. You know, truth be told, emotes are nice to look at and all, but personally, I don't even emote in any of my PvP matches at all. Like, I'm focused on the match. I actually don't even really have time to emote. Last but not least, we have a Christmas event, a winter event. Basically, they're gonna give us a login reward. So anytime between December 26th and January 1st, the players with at least 25 sigils can, you know, claim the free present, which comes with minis, coins, and XP. This sounds nice and all, but I really wish there was an event. Like, this is just basically logging into the game and getting something. Kind of lackluster, you know, an event, you know, a special boss, a special map, special rewards over a series of dates, not just like log in once. An event would have been nice, you know, changing up, you know, the Azeroth map to be all like snow covered and stuff, like changing the loading screens, you know, something more. But you know, this, for their first event, this really does seem kind of lackluster. And, you know, hopefully they have something in store for the next big holiday, which, you know, I assume might be around the Lunar New Year. And that kicks off Season 2. Now, a lot of players, to their dismay, they discovered that PvP rewards don't completely reset, right? So they get pushed to 9k, and any rewards before 9k that were claimed, you can't claim them again. Only rewards above 9k can be claimed again. Again, we're only past the first season. If and when they fix the PvP queuing system, we might see more activity above 9k, but, you know, personally, and this might not be a popular opinion, but I would I would rather forego the rewards before 9k than having to play with all my leaders and boost them up to 9k. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we're ready to push to 20k, you're going to be thankful that, you know, your leader stayed at 9k rather than resetting all the way to 0 and having to grind from 0 to 20k. That's not a popular opinion, but that's my hot take. Anyways, that's the weekly roundup. Hopefully they, you know, release news more on a regular basis, and yeah, we'll have some more information to share next week. But anyways, thanks for watching the Aftershock, guys. Like and subscribe for more Warcraft Rumble content, and I'll see you in the endgame.
Subscribe.